Thank you for staying with us. Now, the Ondo State Governorship Election is scheduled to hold on the 16th of November 2024, with heavyweights from both the ruling All Progressives Congress and the opposition People's Democratic Party, PDP, jostling for the highest office in the state. With less than 2 weeks till the primary election, it is expected that it will be free and fair, and there has been concerns being generated leading up to the primaries coming up in 2 weeks, especially for the APC. But joining us to discuss the expected outcome from this election is Director Contacts and Engagement for Lucky Aiyedatiwa Campaign Organization, Foot Soldiers, Independent Campaign Council, Oludare, Marindoti. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you, Veronica, for having me.
Now, there's been concerns from some quarters with regards to the primaries and even leading up to the election. And one of it, I will begin, is the educational qualification controversy hanging over the head of the incumbent governor that is generating reaction from even members of the party who are aspiring to be governors as well. There are those who have said that the party shouldn't field the governor because of this controversy, and that at the end of the day, if matters are taken to court during the election, that the opposition might have an upper hand with regards to this controversy. Let's begin from there. Your reaction.
Thank you very much. You know, it's so ironical that now that we're talking about this supposed controversy, we can see what is happening in Edo. I also want to comment about that because I am also from Edo State, Onwa West. My grandmother is from Isobe. You know, it's just shameful, and this is the same thing that Governor Aiyedatiwa was put through while he was the deputy governor, while he was fighting for the integrity and the, goal of his administration and of his predecessor. You know, when you talk about someone's certificates controversy, first off, you can't go to a hospital and see a doctor that performed the surgery on you, and then you're asking him to show his certificate. You can always tell by his skill sets that this person definitely learned something. You don't go and ask for it, right? But now, so when you interact with Governor Aiyedatiwa, that is what the Yoruba calls it. This is a disease of the eye or disease of their mind. Because if you interact with him, does it look like someone that does not have an up to secondary school education or equivalent? Or what about his other subsequent,
It's beyond interaction for the people. It's about building trust and ensuring transparency. If these are issues, shouldn't he clear the air?
He has cleared the air. It is simple. Back in 1980, during the Latif Jakande administration, there were some dilapidated schools, and so he merged them with his newly constructed schools. So he entered the Kosi Grammar School in 1980 and graduated in 1982, and he has a certificate. And this is the same thing. I mean, I think these are just little thinking people. This is the same thing they try to place on the president. If you want to have an allegation, you should bring your receipts. It is up to them. They don't have any evidence of any certificate forgery. They are just, calling a lot of smoke over nothing. The man has his certificate, secondary school certificate, and he has other qualifications too. But because they are looking for an Hail Mary pass, a soccer punch, that is not the only allegation they are bringing up. They said he cannot, contest again, because they said because he is the governor right now, he's not allowed to take the oath more than twice. I mean, I'm just surprised that because these people, if they were thinking deeply, they would be saying these things, because they are not the only ones. People in the Southern Senatorial District are not the only ones voting. So if the allegation were to be true, would it not make people from the other two senatorial districts vote for the governor because they know in 4 years' time it will come back to their own districts? They are not thinking deep. That is their problem. And that is why they are bringing up all these, nonsensical allegations, just the same way they brought up.
I'd like to say at this point, your choice of words is very important.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to just describe it because it just does not make any sense to me. That's why I called it, that word. But what I'm trying to say is this man has his certificate. They are only out, or their only way of attacking it is that how can you enter school in a certain year?
So why do you think they are saying these things if there is no smoke without a fire, as you are implying, and that they are not thinking deep? When you say thinking deep, how do you mean? Why are they even throwing up all of these allegations?
Because they are trying to win an election. They are trying to stop a moving train, which is impossible. They tried to make him sign an undated resignation letter. They are fighting Providence. That is the reason why they are doing these things. God has assigned someone. They tried to do everything to stop him. They can't stop him. So they keep on digging. Why did they not dig up this thing when he was contesting as a deputy governor? Did they just have a eureka moment? Oh, he said he entered school in 1980 and graduated in 1982. I mean, is it compulsory for you to even go to a secondary school to take a school cert? And in SS2, I took a school cert certificate and I passed. So what is the point? What is their problem? They cannot campaign. They can see this man is doing a great job, and they know that they are losing. So they are trying to throw spaghetti or a bar at the wall and open it with stick, and it is just bouncing off. I will something spectacular happened yesterday whereby there was a solar eclipse, right? And I want to use this thing because, Ondo State is the sunshine state. The moon got in the way of the sun for about 4 minutes. It was black. But do you know what? The sun will always shine. Governor Aiyedatiwa is the sun in the cosmos of Ondo State. He is always going to shine ever brightly and ever resplendent. All these people bringing up all these things, they are not even talking about what they want to do for the people, because their ideas are so remedial. That is why they are bringing up these things as a way to cheat. That is what they are trying to do. And they cannot present the receipt. They are accusing him without showing an evidence and telling him to go and defend himself, which he has done because, he is accountable to the people. He has explained it to them. But do you know what? No explanation can be enough for people like this. We can see it in the case of the president, whereby they read a deposition and they interpreted it in a manner that had a JSS 1 student done that for a secondary school comprehension passage, he would have failed that class and had to repeat that class. A JSS 1 student. That is what a lot of adults were doing in Nigeria back then. So these people are just trying to cheat. And that is the reason why they keep bringing up all this smoke, all these muddy waters. It is a bunch of nothing but bugger that they are trying to bite on. Like Ondo State people are smart, so they are not buying their zobo, they are not buying their bobo.
But looking at this allegation against the governor, this has happened not just to Governor Aiyedatiwa, but to other people who are contesting elections in other states in the past. Don't you think this is just the beauty of democracy, in the sense that an allegation is laid, the governor has the opportunity to set the cards straight and give his own point in all of this?
Yeah, the governor has set the record straight. There is the institutions that are not coming out to deny him or anything. This issue is that they are just crying foul over nothing because they are losing and they are looking for a way to get ahead.
Why do you think it's because they are losing?
Because he is obviously the governor. You saw what happened in Ondo State. I am here right now campaigning and fighting for Governor Aiyedatiwa. I left Nigeria way before he was the deputy governor. I don't know him. I've never spoken to him before. The people organizing for him, they flocked to his back. Do you know the mantra in Ondo State right now? In Ondo State, when you go on the street, they will say, "Show fell lucky." I say, "Yes, ori mi son, mo fell lucky." That is what people are saying in Ondo State. They want lucky. They are lucky to have lucky. Yeah. And they can see what he is doing for them. So these people are just trying to distract. This is a bunch of red herrings to distract the people of Ondo State, but they fail to recognize the fact that Ondo State electorates are the smartest in the world. So we don't buy all you can't deceive us. You can't put a smoke screen in front of us and make us look the other way. No. We are, laser focused, tunnel vision. We want a better life. This man is giving better, governance. What he fought for, back in let me just tell you some of the things this man has done. The last time
what do you think that Aiyedatiwa, the governor, is bringing to the table that makes you feel that he is the best thing that can happen to the people of Ondo State, even though the people have the right to make their decision? But then again, why do you think he's the one to beat?
Yeah, he's the best thing in Ondo State since sliced bread, actually. You can see by what he has started doing. First off, the last time, and that's what I was trying to say, the last time, the Ondo State Civil Service employed anybody into the teaching service was during Agago era, over 16 years ago. But guess what now? Governor Aiyedatiwa has, already started the process of employing about 2,000 workers, both in primary and secondary school. Do you know why he's doing this? Because the governor is intelligent. He knows that the wealth of a nation is not the proportion of their natural resources. You need a government that enables the enterprise of the people, gives them the skills that they need, the quality education that they need, that will make them to be able to earn money and bring refunds and resources to the state to grow. Build the people, they will build their nation. Because the people make up the nation, not the other way around. And that is what he has been doing. During the old palliative, what we call the old saga last year, there were palliatives that were supposed to have been shared. Some of them who are still contesting against him were busy forging the signature of his predecessor, while this man was fighting to get the power so that he can do the nation for the people. And what did he do? Once he got in, the extra 35,000 palliatives, he disbursed it to the civil servants. They love him. So this is what they call one binuori. They are player 18, and it just does not work. It never has, and it never will.
Okay.
There are so many things that this man is already doing. When it comes to security, he is going to ensure that while the Nigerian constitutional amendment gets figured out, he's going to continue the fight of Governor Akeredolu, equip the Amotekun with the technical skills to turn them into a very viable intelligence gathering organization that can direct the people that have the arms to go and take the bad guys. In Yoruba, they will say "Eni abire okinrinru," but under Governor Aiyedatiwa, "Eni abire."
But there are those, all of the things that you have reeled out, there are those who would say that this is what is expected of anyone who is a governor to do.
Yes, this is what is expected of anyone who is a governor to do, but the way by which he is going to do it, by which he is going to exploit the new technological advances to bring about equity in things like education, whereby the quality of education of a child in Akotogbo, in Ikale, in Akunu, in Ishanu, the quality of that education of those child in public school is going to be the same as that of anyone in Victoria Island, because he's going to exploit the new technological advances that we have right now to educate the children and give them the skills. He has already started it. When it comes to health too, he is going to use technology, the new latest technological advances that we have right now, to ensure that there is health penetration for prompt decision making all across the state, and ensure that it secures the life and properties of everybody.
Okay. Well, we don't have time to continue this conversation, but we must thank you, Oludare Marindoti, Director, Contacts and Engagement for Lucky Aiyedatiwa Campaign Organization, Foot Soldiers Independent Campaign Council. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, everyone, for having me.
Right.
Mufe Lucky.
All right, still ahead, reactions are still trailing the impeachment of Philip Schreiber as Deputy Governor of Edo State. Join us for this conversation after the break. right, thank you for staying with us. The political atmosphere in Edo State took a new shape on Monday when the state's House of Assembly impeached and embattled Philip Shaibu as deputy governor. In another development, Omobayo Godwin has now been sworn in as the new deputy governor of the state. Mr. Shaibu, in reacting to that, has described his impeachment as illegal. We have details in this report.
The Ondo State House of Assembly, in its impeachment process, adopted report of the 7-man investigative panel set up by the state's Chief Judge, Justice Daniel Okungbowa, to probe allegations of misconduct against Mr. Shaibu. The Assembly of 20 members voted 18 against 1, with the Speaker expected to give the deciding vote in case of a tie.
By head counsel, not just voting, and endorsements of the impeachment document the second time. I hereby on the basis pronounce that the deputy governor of Edo State, right honorable Philip Shaibu, is hereby impeached.
Governor Godwin Obaseki announced his choice of Mr. Omobayo as his deputy hours after the impeachment of Philip Shaibu. He was sworn in by Justice Okungbowa.
There is already a plan, master plan. So as an engineer and as a politician, I will try to assist the government to finish well.
This decision is therefore taken to promote inclusiveness, equity, and fairness in the governance of Edo State. He is well suited for the role as a professional and an expert in public administration.
But the now former deputy governor of Edo State, Philip Shaibu, has described his impeachment as an attack on democratic principle, insisting all the allegations against him are trumped-up charges.
I denounce in strongest terms the illegal impeachment by the Edo State House of Assembly over trumped-up charges. This is not just an attack on me as an individual, but on the very democratic principle that we hold there. It is a dangerous descent into dictatorship and a threat to the foundation of our democracy. Let it be clear that this impeachment was hushed because of my ambition to contest the Edo State 2024 governorship election under the People's Democratic Party, PDP. An ambition that is a legal right to all citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The report by the 7-man judicial panel of inquiry recommended that the deputy governor be impeached on grounds of disclosure of government secrets. The Edo House of Assembly had last week commenced plans to impeach Mr. Shaibu, with 20 of the 24 lawmakers signing the petition.
Well, joining us in the studio for this conversation is lawyer, political analyst, Chief Tony Dania. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
If you look at the papers this morning, this story or this development in the Edo State is dominating the papers, and also the fact that the new deputy governor has been sworn in. But then the controversy around this matter is what has been generating conversations across the board. There are those who are talking about the legality and otherwise of this whole impeachment, the constitutionality and all of it. That's what I would like to hear from you as you react to this.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
First, I want to assume we all know the meaning of impeachment. You know, a governor, a president, vice president, deputy governor enjoy immunity while in office. So impeachment is a process to penalize misconduct.
Right.
Now we have discovered that it has been abused severally. The first governor that was impeached successfully in Nigeria is Musa Balarabe Musa, the then governor of Kaduna State. Then most of the legislators believe, elusively too, that the court cannot question the process. That's not true. If it is not regularly done, if it did not follow the process, any person that feels aggrieved can go to court. Don't forget, recently, Ladoja and Peter Obi were impeached, but they were reinstalled when they approached court. Now, on this Philip Shaibu issue, let us be careful, because what happened to Obaseki, speaking politically now, might happen to Philip Shaibu. I mean, Obaseki wouldn't have won that governorship election, the second term, if not for Oshomole, that supported Iyamu openly. And Edo, indigenous of Edo believed that that was wrong, improper. You can't tell us somebody is so bad, you now come back as if we are fools. So it was that anger, that annoyance that made Obaseki to win. He should know that if he doesn't know. I campaigned for him too because I was angry with Oshomole. But I've been criticizing him because I didn't take anything from him. He has not been ruling very well. That is the truth. Now, this whole impeachment process of Philip Shaibu, without prejudice to the fact that I am not in support of Philip Shaibu, is likely to make Philip Shaibu to be popular because it's too petty. The Constitution, under Section 188, set out the process of impeachment. Even in the Constitution, he said within 3 months, if you, not that you have to stay where you have to, investigate within 3 months. You only say you must submit your report within 3 months. And then the head of that panel, for God's sake, with due respect, is a former judge of the High Court. And then, as a lawyer, speaking personally and professionally, if I was Philip Shaibu's lawyer, I won't abandon the trial. I will participate and load it up with proof of the illegality so that it will be easy when you call for the proceedings to see the illegality at any time, either at the court or any time. So,
but there were those who were arguing that if he had been a part of it, it would have been that he was agreeing with all of the processes being put in place against him.
No, if you go to court, the panel is empowered by the Constitution. If you go to court, it's either you win or you lose. If you lose and you are aggrieved, you can take a next step. If you win, you enjoy the benefits as a judgment creditor. So in this case, if I was the lawyer, I will go there and put in, for example, if there is a restricting order from the court, I'll let them know. It will be on the record that I have told them. I don't know whether there is a restrictive order before this investigation. If there is...
But there are matters before the court.
There are matters before the court. I've read those ones where they were ordered to come and show cause. But I don't know if there was a specific restrictive order. In this country, we are aware where there is a restrictive order. And the politician went on in total disregard to this court order. And all they did were, declared void. So in this case, Shaibu has a very good case.
In what sense?
In the sense that, one, there was a matter in court. Two, there was an order that come and show cause.
Okay.
Why we shouldn't stop you.
But the lawyer did not go to the court.
No. The order is against the government of Edo State.
Okay.
Right.
Come and show us cause why we shouldn't stop you from doing this.
Okay.
You went on to do that thing in total disregard to that order.
Okay, so what's Shaibu's fate now?
The judges are humans. They are part of the society. They are aware of what is happening. It's just that when sitting in the court, you must prove your point. But they are aware. It's just that they cannot take judicial notice, but they are aware personally. So naturally, they want to give it speed. So Shaib should apply for a speedy hearing. Because, of course, politicians have a way of disregarding the judiciary. That is wrong, And they might have calculated that, look, we only have about 7-8 months to go. Within that period, court normally adjourn matters maybe every month. But this one, you can apply for speedy hearing.
So does that speedy hearing include setting aside the decision of the assembly?
If I don't want to go into details, so I won't preempt the position of the court, but if you look at the process from the beginning to the end, any time any person tend to exploit negatively constitutional provision, there is the likelihood of mistakes that can be positively exploited to set aside that decision.
Okay.
I am saying I know the SAN that is, representing Shaib, and I know it's good. They are likely to set aside this whole thing.
Okay.
All right. Because we have limited time, we need to quickly go on a break. When we return, we'll continue this conversation. Do stay with us.
Here's what a good hair day looks like and feels like with the new Lush Hair Care range. Made with a cocktail of nature's finest oils. With hibiscus oil for hair growth, rooibos oil to eliminate frizz, amla oil to prevent hair breakage. To give your hair life and bounce. So go ahead and be confident.
Stunning, flawless, beautiful.
You deserve a soft life, so does your hair. Lush Hair. Be beautiful.
All right, thank you for staying with us. We're still looking at developments from Edo State, the impeachment of Deputy Governor Philip Shaibu, and also the new Deputy Governor that have been sworn in person of Omobayo Godwins. The implication for all of this for the PDP, for the state, and even democracy, because Philip Shaibu when he was reacting to this, he said this is not about him, it's about democracy, it's about the people of the state, it's about the fact that this is dictatorship at display as it is. I wonder if you read it in that light, because he said it is just because he had an ambition, and it seems his ambition was becoming a threat, or became a threat, and that is why he is being stopped on his tracks to achieving what he wants.
If, speaking politically, if Governor Obaseki have allowed Philip Shaibu to be, is not likely to have won the governorship election. Now he's making him popular.
How so?
How so, yeah.
Philip Shaibu does not need to pay for publicity anymore. All over the country, even all over the world, one deputy governor was removed. The only thing he need to create is that he was wrongfully removed against sympathy. That will give him natural sympathy. You understand me? Philip Shaibu was seen politically to have been disloyal to his boss, Oshomole.
Right.
Because of Obaseki.
Because of Obaseki. So that alone was causing problem for him. He's now being seen to be disloyal to a second box. So you don't need to fight him. That alone will cause him problem.
So with this now, where lies his face? Because as it is, he's in the PDP, he cannot move to the APC because the APC say they don't take in offer.
Don't forget that both Philip Shaibu and Obaseki were in another party. Few months to the elections, with the assistance of Philip Shaibu, we are all aware of that. They moved to PDP. They got the ticket of PDP and they won. Philip Shaibu is very influential, rugged, but I don't know how he played his politics, because for the governor to react the way he has done, there must be something. And don't forget, and I look at the allegation. Philip Shaibu is likely to be, this impeachment is likely to be set aside. They keep talking about 7th schedule of the Constitution. Most of the time, they don't even do research. Go to 7th schedule of the Constitution. It's out of office. It has no connection to all this. You say the allegation, it must be misconduct while in office. Where is the misconduct? We know that off record there are political issues, but legally speaking, show me the misconduct.
Right, so
He said disclosure of official secret.
Yes.
Which official secret?
Now you're talking about the oath of office. The oath of office, when you're reciting it, you're pledging allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Yes.
But what do you think what we have seen generally in Nigeria is that when you're a deputy governor, you're supposed to be loyal to the governor who is seen to us.
You are supposed to be loyal to the state. You are supposed to be loyal to the state. Politically, you are supposed to work hand in hand with your government, your governor. You understand? But legally, no. They are looking for, give a dog a bad name. They are looking for what would justify this action. They have already planned it, that this is what they are going to do. But they didn't do proper research. When you say, because I read it, and they said he disclosed official secret in the suit he filed against the state at the Federal High Court. Well, you can't be filing a suit against yourself, because at the time he filed the suit, he was in government. He was the deputy governor, and you are filing a suit. But he has a right to file a suit if he's aggrieved. The court will determine it. So they have what they could have used to defend that suit. So if Obaseki felt betrayed by Oshomole politically, he should have looked for a political...
Shaibu, you mean?
I mean, Philip Shaibu, I'm sorry, please, not Oshomole. Would have looked for a way out of it other than this one.
Right, what could he have done? Because I was going to ask, is there a better way this matter could have been handled as against what people are interpreting now from all that has happened?
A governor is more or less like a commissioner in a state. It depends on what the governor wants. If you look at, most of the time, there have been issues between deputies and their principal.
Absolutely.
Good. Now, it depends. Obaseki gave a lot of powers and leverage to Philip Shaibu.
Right.
He was even getting too popular. More than the governor. More than the governor. Most deputy governors don't have that type of opportunity. You are sidelined. You can't do nothing. You don't even hear about them. We were hearing about Philip Shaibu. He was in charge of sport. He was he was in charge of a lot of things. And then, personally, some persons were not happy with his ways, too. He feels he's too imposing, feels he's unnecessarily proud and all that. And feels he's already, feeling too big. Most persons that knew him when he was growing up, we knew him when he was a student activist. We've been
so the way he carried himself was a problem?
It was a problem. So, and the governor's supposed to know that. He's supposed to know that it was a problem. So what the governor could have done is to silently remove some of these powers from him. Not the embarrassment of using security agency to embarrass him.
Moving his office from one.
Shifting his office from the known office to another place, taking all sorts of steps, preventing him from attending
an event.
Event that he is supposed to attend. Preventing him from attending even official meetings. Those were very wrong steps.
But there were also allegations against the Shaibu himself, especially with regards to that event that made headlines at some point, where it was said that he should have gotten to the venue before the state governor, and then he came in after the state governor had come in, and based on protocols, he was not supposed to be allowed in, and all of that, and that he should have known better. So the way he also went about handling some of these things, putting some of these issues on social media and in the media, people were also saying he was not handling this issue with wisdom as well.
I agree with you in total. But is that the first time that kind of protocol has been broken? It's not. It's not likely to be the first time. And how was it treated? Now, why didn't you come on time? You were embarrassing me. And it turns there. But you see, there's already acrimony. So every little excuse that can be used to justify action will be exploited.
But the governor would not just, hate on him, if I may use that word, just like that. He must have done something.
That's why I'm saying that there's something must have happened to make the governor to react the way he has done. But while reacting, the governor also made a lot of mistakes.
Right.
Good. Now, I heard that Philip Shaibu was trying to expand his hold on the state by approaching members of the State House of Assembly to gather their support, by also going back to leaders of the other party, APC, to see how they can assist him generally. And then he didn't carry the governor along. We don't know if this is true, but that is what we are hearing. He didn't carry the governor along. And the governor got angry. And he overreacted. So You don't use a sledgehammer to kill a ant. Do you know that the governor can reduce the political power of Shuaib without going this route? Now, if it is not properly handled, it's going to make Philip to win. Me.
How so? Because
it's not on the ballot.
I have told you
that it had happened before.
It has happened before. The same Obaseki.
History will, repeat itself.
It's not repeating itself. Obaseki and Philip Shaibu politically betrayed Oshomole, who is their Oga. Now, Philip Shaibu is betraying Obaseki. And it was because of the reaction of Oshomole that made Obaseki to win. Everybody knows. And then the reaction of Obaseki now might favor...
Okay, so with what you're saying, how will this affect the chances of the PDP in the elections, especially Asue Ighodalo, who is the candidate of the PDP in this election this year?
Yeah, the PDP might have issues, but most often it depends on the candidate. Personally, I don't use party to support candidates.
Okay.
You know, I supported Buhari first time, and so many people did. You know, I supported Obaseki because of the action of Oshomole. I don't want to be seen campaigning for anybody. I'm likely to support Ighodalo.
But you see, you have said earlier, and people know this, that Shuaibu was instrumental in Obaseki winning the elections the last time. Without Shuaibu behind them, and many people have said that Obaseki doesn't have political value in his own constituency, do you think they have a fair chance?
Well, don't forget the power of incumbency. They can always exploit that to achieve a lot. That's one. Then two, whoever thought that Oshomole can lose grip of Edo State? He lost it during Obaseki's second term. You understand? He thought he can order every person in Edo State, do this, and he will do it. He lost it. But before then, we all thought with him, anything he does, anything he says, goes. But we saw the other side. The same thing here for Philip Shaibu. Yes, he was popular. But if not for this impeachment thing, his popularity would have dropped. Obaseki is not unaware of this fact. And naturally, he will want to do all that he can do to get PDP to win. Philip has a choice to remain in PDP or to go to another party with his supporters. He still has supporters, he has his weight and all that, but the support he has depleted a bit, but it might be boosted again.
Okay.
Yes. So it is now a test for the judiciary. I'm not being preemptive when I said it's likely to be set aside because I'm a lawyer and I've studied the facts, the circumstances, and precedent. If you look at what happened in Peter Obi, you look at what happened in Ladoja, at least these two governors were impeached and the impeachment was voided and they were returned back to their position. Okay. So in this instant case, PDP, except they work so hard, might not retain that state with this development. Right. If Philip Shaibu pull out of PDP, which is most likely going to do, it will definitely affect the PDP in Edo State. There's no way it won't affect it. You still have followership. And this followership, I'm a political analyst, is likely to be boosted.
Due to this?
Due to this impeachment, brouhaha is likely to boost. Because if this matter is given speedy hearing, which means maybe it's hard within a month, from what has happened, based on my own knowledge, those who are the actors will look beyond the area I've looked, might even got more things that I've gotten that is making me to make this state this position. So Philip Shaibu's chances is bright. So,
right, he's mentioned some issues that I'd like for you to touch on, talking about dictatorship, which some persons have called godfatherism, and, you know, how this is shaping our democracy. If you don't have the support of certain persons, you are likely not to get a ticket or get that office that you are headed for or looking for. And then the fact that it's seeming like this matter of deputy governors and their deputies not aligning at some point because of certain positions and the ambition of their deputies. How is this, you know, working against or for our democracy as it is?
Good. The politicians believe that they can shape democracy the way they want democracy to be, whereas democracy is a universal system of governance. And we all, if you did government as a subject and as a lawyer, you know the meaning of democracy. But you see, every politician, when they are on the receiving end, they talk about justice, just like Philip Shaibu is doing. Now, if Philip Shaibu was in the position of Obaseki, how would he have reacted if there are issues like this? He might have even done worse than Obaseki. But now he's on the receiving end. They are like that. You know, they do everything and anything to gain political benefit. Once their position is at risk, they negatively exploit law and regular rules. They do every other thing to, you know, come back and consolidate their position. This politics is everywhere in Nigeria. If it was Obaseki, Philip Shaibu that was in the position of Obaseki, what would he have done if he realizes that Obaseki, assuming, was his deputy and was doing all those things? That is politics. Philip Shaibu might even do worse. You understand? He might even make the same mistakes legally that Obaseki has made. Well, this will eventually strengthen democracy. It's not weaken it. Right. Eventually, it will strengthen it because we are learning. They are still calling it nascent, but we are growing fast, honestly, despite all these issues.
With all of these dynamics.
Yes, but the court has always come to the aid of the aggrieved. If there is a conspicuous injustice, the court has always, you know,
and in this matter, would you say, this is on a final note now, that there is a conspicuous injustice being done?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Instead of, it's a political issue, instead of addressing it politically, they are, you know, they claim to be following the law. Look at all that they have said. Look at the Constitution.
Right.
Tell me the misconduct they are using. That is the problem. There is a lacuna there. No conspicuous misconduct on the job. There is none. Oh, official secret. Because you and I cannot question what is official secret. So they came up with official secret.
So they can define anything as...
They can define anything as official secret, but the court will not define anything as official secret.
Right.
Yes.
All right. We'll have to leave this conversation here now. Lawyer, political analyst, Chief Tony Dania, thank you so much.